Welcome, welcome. That's a real backdrop when I'm not teaching game development at Noraf University College in lovely Kristiansand, Norway. I'm living off grid in Portugal. So if you have qualms about your carbon footprint, you can relax. Uh, I'm solar powered. So what we're going to be doing is going to be looking at Alteruna. Uh, Links below. Alteruna is this really cool multiplayer service, fully featured, that I came across a while back and I've been playing around with. And so, that having been said, let's dig in. So, I've been working with multiplayer technologies since 1999. I've used several different ones. I actually ran my own server at one point um, early on, and Alteruna has a lot of potential. And and we're gonna get into it from the ground up. Now, there's a great video uh, provided by Alteruna. Link below. Uh, it's 2 minutes, and it gets you up and running, uh, which is pretty impressive. Um, but it goes too fast, and I hate these really fast videos because you got to constantly stop and see what the guy clicked on, and so we're gonna go slower. And there's a couple of things if you're new to Unity development, you might want to be aware of. And that's basically Git. Got to get Git. So Git is two things. Git is GitHub, which is an online service. You may already be familiar with it. It's free. It's awesome. I use it every day. So go to github.com and register. uh, Free account. Try not to use Jiggly Wiggly at 2025. Try to use your name. It's helpful. Uh, and then the other thing you need is Git for Windows or Git for Mac, depending on what what you are using. So this allows us to instantly, very easily get Alteruna into Unity. So if you don't have those things, get them. Here we go. Here is the Alteruna page, alteruna.com. Don't do that. Just go ahead and log in or create an account because that brings you to version 2 to the dashboard. And and from here, you can create your Alteruna project and you can import the multiplayer SDK package from the Git repository. Um, you register your license in Unity, and you paste the application ID from your Alteruna project into the input field and press register. It's really as simple as that. But first, get yourself an account, get yourself to the dashboard for Alteruna version 2. Uh, and so let's fire up Unity and begin the integration. We want to create a new project. I'm going to use Universal 3D. I'm on Unity 635F2 LTS. So just a simple Universal 3D uh, is what I'm going to do. And I like to put it right off of my C drive. I don't like these long file paths. So give it a name. I'm just going to go with New Alteruna for now. Alteruna, New Alteruna, and create project. And grind. So we got our new Unity project, and you'll notice it comes with sample scene. This is just a general tip. First thing I do whenever I start a project is I go File, New Scene, um, and indoors or outdoors. I always prefer outdoors for some reason. I like third-person games. I'm not really a big fan of first-person shooters. So we create a new scene immediately. Um, and so then we got all kinds of nice stuff. It's called Untitled, File, whoops, Save As, something meaningful, So new Alteruna assets, scenes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it John scene. Oh, I'm John, by the way. John scene. I encourage my students when working in groups to have them all their own scene with their name on it, so people don't mess up each other's scenes. And then you make prefabs, and then you make your final scene. So John scene, and then what do is I go to scenes and I immediately delete sample scene because you can easily clobber if everybody's got the name sample scene. You can easily clobber somebody else's sample scene. So just gonna delete that. Yeah, no problem. Okay. So next thing is we want to get the Alteruna SDK. Uh, so that is the next step. So we have our new project and we want to import the Alteruna SDK. So if we go to Window, Package Management, Package Manager, we have this plus sign here. And what we want to do is install package from Git URL. Now that's why we installed Git on our machines. So we can just then copy and paste the Git URL, uh, import the Git Alteruna and multiplayer from the Git repository. Bank. So we go here. And how to add a package to Unity. Very clear instructions here. And all we need to do is take this URL, Control C, and paste it into, oops, let me do this again. Install package from Git URL and Control V and install. And it will grind away a little bit. Okay, so that went in nice and smooth. Uh, some information about the package appears in the right. We also have now a window, Alteruna, and we can then go and register the project. And so we want to enter a project ID here. And so if we jump back to the dashboard, create an Alteruna project in the dashboard. And I have my NOROF school license, and this is also my personal license, so the developer license, which might be what you have. I think that's the free one. Uh, so you create a new project, and by doing that, you'll get a project ID that you can then paste here. So next step is to add some stuff. Uh, if you right click here, we can go down to Alteruna and we want a multiplayer manager that's going to manage our multiplayer project. And we want an avatar. Ka-ching. Um, so multiplayer manager, you'll notice it says it's unregistered. Uh, so again, window, Alteruna, register project, enter your project ID, and hit register. Create an Alteruna project in the dashboard. I have my develop and my NORA school license. So I'm going to just go over there uh, and copy. I'm going to gray that out. Post-production, copy, and then back to Unity and paste and register. So now I'm registered. Excellent. NORA school license. And next step is let's look at what we got. We've got the avatar here. It comes disabled, but there is stuff there. and and so it's basically it's just a capsule collider and and yeah, capsule collider, and it's got a child object here, which is the camera, and it has eyes, so it has a directionality. So that's what you get inside the avatar. You'll notice that it's pink, and that is because by default, Alteruna is actually using the built-in render pipeline, which will be deprecated soon. So that's easy fix. We go to window, we go to rendering, we go to render pipeline converter, and say yes. I just do them all. Initialize converters, save and continue, and convert assets. And now you see it's no longer pink. It's no longer that scary, scary pink. So I'm going to disable again. Whoops, not the eyes. I'm going to disable the avatar because when you log in for the first time, it will automatically create one. So this is sort of just a template for you to use. I'm going to also get rid of this stuff, everything but the ground. So just delete it. There. Um, I still have all my lighting information, which is nice. File, save early, save often. So we've got our multiplayer manager and our avatar. The next thing we want to do is from the prefabs. Um, oh, yeah, here from packages, Alteruna multiplayer SDK, prefabs, we have a room menu. So we just want to grab that and add it to our scene. And it might ask you about Text Mesh Pro, Text Mesh Pro. Just go ahead and import the essentials. Uh, and of course, uh, this can be dolled up. Okay, so we've got our avatar, we've got our thing registered, we've got our multiplayer management manager, and now we can simply run, crossing fingers as always, and we should be able to. Well, we see we have a controllable avatar and attractive monkey. That's going to be the server that I join, and so there it is. You see, we got the guy here. Uh, one guy, attractive monkey is his name. Uh, I'll pull him up. And so great. We've got a single player multiplayer server running already. So what do we want to do next? We want to, and it's very important that you always make sure that your build it's the same build on all the machines that you may install this on. Uh, we can actually run the build in Exe and work inside the inspector as well. So we're just going to go ahead and go File, Build, Profiles, and Scene List, Open Scene List. This, of course, has been deleted. Right, uh, Add Open Scene. Great. So this has been deleted, and I think I can, yes, right-click, Remove Selection. So my scene has now been added to my build. That's great. And um, and so yeah, scene is added, and we just go build profiles again, maybe, and build. I like to build it, not straight to build and run. I don't know why. I'm just suspicious. So it goes to our folder, and we want to create a new folder, and we call it build. And we call it build because it will automatically be ignored if you're using GitHub to store the project. We'll get into that later. But just use the word build. Good idea, right? So we put it in build. Select folder. And so it's going to build. First time takes a bit, as usual. It gets quicker when you make small changes. It doesn't take quite as long. Okay. Oh, something I forgot to mention in the build. If we go to File, Build Profiles, it's really handy if uh, you build windowed. So if we go, actually not here, uh, File, Edit, Edit, Project Settings. You'll go to Player, right? Player, And what we want to do is we want to set it to be windowed. Resolution and presentation. We don't want full screen. We want windowed. This makes it easier to jump back and forth between the inspector and the executable we built. So go to project settings, windowed, and then we go file, build again. I just like to go through build profiles. I don't know why. It's just me. So build, select folder, and the second time it won't be quite as cranky. There. Okay, so I have my build. New Alteruna. I switched it to windowed. And so I'm going to go to here and I'm going to fire it off in Inspector. And you see I have a camera controller and I'm going to just go ahead and start. And so it's encouraging seal. I'm encouraging seal. And here's my avatar. You notice that he comes in low in the spawn point. We'll worry about that later, but I can move him up. And so this is this avatar. And I'm also going to move him a little out of the way because I haven't really done spawn points yet. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my build and I'm going to fire off this. And so easy to control window. And there is encouraging seal. He's the owner or she. And I join. And you'll notice now here in Unity, I got two. And I move him here. I move him. His name is now Dangerous Gecko. And I can move him here. And he should also move here. Let's see. See if I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what we want to do is actually get a player script going. And so link below. Now you may notice, it might happen to you, that we get this error. Communication bridge, very important piece of code. Um, and this is the one as I downloaded it. I'll probably set up my own as well. But what I discovered is that it was just missing a using. Maybe that's something new that I haven't gotten to. So just paste in Alteruna multiplayer.unity. And this one is not actually being used. Bunk. So that's what you actually want to get the communication bridge to not have the red squiggly. And this, what this script does is um, just make sure that you're not controlling all players. That's the is me possessed. This is an important function. You don't have to worry about it right now. Uh, Disables the script for remote players. So this script is not going to run on other people's computers. They'll have their own. They'll have their own player CS that disables everybody else. So it's just something to keep in mind. There's always some weird things about multi-user that you need to keep in mind. So now back here, you'll compile it, and that error message will go away. You may or may not get it. They may have updated the script since I downloaded it. Uh, and so let's get this going. And I believe all I need to do is put that script on my avatar. So let's just close these down and grab that player script and drop it here. Cha-ching. And let's see what happens. So I'm going to go file build, of course, because I just made a major change. So again, I like to go through build profiles. Don't know why. It's just me. And build. Oh, save. Yep, definitely. Grinds away a little bit. We're built. I think what I want to do is I'll go here and fire off this guy first. Make sure my avatar is working as I expect it to. So hit the start button. There I am. Adorable mink. Let me just pull him up. And then now in here, Invalid operation exception. You're trying to read input using the Unity input class, but you have switched active input handling to the input system package. So that's another little caveat you might run into. The new input system and the old input system. So this player script happens to be working off the old input system. So we stop. We go to edit project settings. And I don't really have a fondness for the new input system package. The old one I found to be perfectly usable, um, and especially for me. And so let's switch the player again. I believe it's in the player to in other settings. Find the input system. Here it is. New input system. I'm just gonna. You can check both, but I'm just gonna go with old and apply. And so again, my avatar should have my player script on it. Off we go. Try again. Hosting and starting. And it crashes. No, it didn't crash. Okay, let's go again. Okay, host, start. With the old input system, la la la, goes host, start. I click on it, nothing happens because I was actually wrong. You need both because I think the rooms is the new system, but the uh, the old the actual interaction with the player script is the old system. So let's go back, project settings, and switch this to both. Apply, and it's gonna redo it, restart. Okay, so now I have both and both input systems, and let's try again. La la, start host, start. And there I am. And you see now I actually have a controllable player. Old-fashioned deer. I'm just going to drag him up. I've got no physics going on yet. But you see I'm controlling him. Uh, very good. Oops. And now I've made a major change. So I will go File, Build. Okay, I'm just going to go build and run. Okay, so now I have active input handling to both. And let's fire it off. I've rebuilt. Always rebuild whenever you make a change. Host, start. There's my guy. So I'm going to move him here in the editor. Just get him out of the way there. I have no physics on yet, but I can move. So very simple player controller. Uh, and so let's go to the build and run it. And enthusiastic sponge. I'm going to join. And there I am. And there he is. There I am. There he is. And so I can go here. And now here I am. And there he is. And you notice that he's halfway under the ground. But there you have it. So that was pretty easy, ultimately. You might get some of these funky errors along the way. Uh, I pointed them out. Use both input systems. And if you're using the player script, double check to make sure that in the player script you also have Alteruna Multiplayer Unity. That way we have the communication bridge class available to us. So I imagine it's a mono behavior. We could probably open up the code as well, but I'm not going to look at that right now. So what's next, you may ask? Well, I have this other project I'm working on called Rain Dance. I have a little weather station, digital weather station here, and so I like to collect the data, and I'm using that data to direct my characters. So obviously, what we want next is some real real avatars. I'm just going to go ahead and start anyway here, right? And there I'm in there, and they're my to be avatars. And if you look at the avatar once it's created, um, it has this script, unique avatar color script. So this one's green, the other one is what came in as blue. And so I'm thinking that the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start hacking this script, uh, repurposing it. Yeah, I'm going to look at how they're changing the materials, their colors, and that'll give me a clue as to how to load in a different avatar. Uh, and my guess is that all I really need to do is ultimately is just drop Amy into Avatar or drop all of them as children and disable one, enable another, something like that should be the clue, the ticket. Um, and we'll get into behaviors and animation blending, which is a big topic of mine, and how it works with Alteruna. And so I hope you enjoyed that little adventure to begin working with Alteruna. Keep tuned. I'll be making many more videos that cover Alteruna. It's sort of my pet project at the moment. So, see you around. Have fun.